Greetings, humans. Today on Exploring Limitations, we're gonna make music by sending everything through the Digitech Whammy, and it's gonna be great. Here we go!
Digitech Whammy is one of my favorite pedals of all time. I'm gonna give you a really brief history, but I think I'm gonna turn this off for a second.
It's distracting myself. I love it. Before I get to the features and before we start recording instruments through the Whammy, we need to ask ourselves, what is a Digitech Whammy? In short, the Digitech Whammy is a pitch shifter pedal. What sets it apart from many other pitch shifting pedals, though, is this controllable expression pedal.
It goes like this. Yay!
There's a lot more to it than that, but we'll get to that in a little bit. The Whammy pedal has been around since 1989 in some form. A company named IVL Technologies were the originators of this tech. Apparently at the 1990 NAMM conference, the Digitech version of the Whammy won for breakthrough technology. This is Generation 5, 5th generation Whammy. A lot of very innovative musicians and guitarists have used the Whammy. Johnny Greenwood and Radiohead. Tom Morello, a personal favorite, Rage Against the Machine. The solo on Killing in the Name. Guitarists. Like other videos in this series, this is intended as a guitarist pedal, but guess what? We're gonna send every instrument through it today. But before we do that, let's get to features. All right. Again, this is the 5th generation Digitech Whammy. It has everything that the original Whammy had, and that's all on the right side, and a little bit of detuning here on the bottom. But what's included in these newer Whammys is a harmony setting. It's a beautiful red pedal, and it's said in Ferrari red. The first thing you notice is this nice rocking foot switch. It'll become very obvious what that does very soon. You also have a knob right here, and you can see as I turn the knob, the lights change, and that's letting you know what setting you're on. And on the right side, we have the traditional Whammy settings, which are not harmonizing. They just take your pitch as you originally say it, as you play it with the foot pedal up, and then it'll do this. That'll go up a fifth. I'm gonna try to sing the note F for most of this example. Before we get to the harmony side, let's go through these a little bit. Starting from the top, 2 octaves. This is an F. The cool thing about this pedal is that not only can you get to those pitches, the double octave up, but if you go really slow, it'll make a slower bend. Let's listen. All right, let's go rapid fire through these with that F note. One octave. A fifth. That would be F to C, F, back to F. A fourth. That's an F to a
B flat.
Yeah. Now the direction is going down in pitch when you push this. So, this is our F, and it's gonna go down to a E flat. This is our F, and now we're gonna go down a fourth to C. This is a C note. Now we go down a fifth to this is an F, and this is a B flat. B flat with my voice sounds really cool. I sound really cool. Yeah. Barry White up in here with this octave down. This is an F.
Now I'm a bass player. Check it out. Check it out.
Okay, now let's hear 2 octaves down. This is our F. It also has the dive bomb setting. This is our F. Dive Bomb, like, sends it into the, what's the opposite of the stratosphere? Into the core of the earth. We have two more classic whammy settings, which is detune. It's kind of a chorusing effect. So with the pedal like up like this, you're gonna get the original pitch, and then as I go down, it's gonna bring in a chorusing sound. This is our F again, regular voice, but then I add this and it sounds, oh, baby, yeah. This is our F example, and now we're gonna do it again. It's a little shallower, but I can't say it sounds like me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Huh. You've just heard all the classic whammy settings. Continuing to go clockwise around the settings of the whammy, now we're in the newer aspects called harmony. And so it'll keep the original tone, note, or chord, or whatever you're playing into it. It'll keep that sound, and then it adds a harmony as said right here. This is the F. I've disengaged the pedal, but now let's turn it on. It's up a second harmony to a major third, minor third, major third, major third to a fourth. It's got a nice suspended feeling. Perfect fourth. Perfect fifth, perfect fifth, major sixth.
This is what it sounds like when I'm being harmonized in just dialogue up a major six. Do you like this sound? I like major sixes. They sound really cool to me. Perfect fifth, minor seven.
Now we got some down action.
Down a fourth, and then it goes down a third, down a fifth, up to down a fourth.
Now to the most fun and silly one.
Down an octave, and up an octave, and everything in between.
The last thing you'll notice is this switch that says classic to chords. The classic switch is the old algorithm, the original algorithm that controls these. It's kind of glitchy and useful in that regard. But the new algorithm isn't as glitchy, but having access to both sounds is great. It wouldn't work on the voice very well, so just trust me on it. Now let's bring it in. I've got it set to up a fourth. Weird sound. But right now we're on the chord setting. Back to normal. Let me show you when you go classic and what I meant by glitchier. Way glitchier. And there's more low end for some reason. So I'm gonna switch again. Now that we've gone over the features of the whammy and how it works, let's get to track 1, drums. I'm gonna go with a stock beat, but it will not be stock when it's gone through the whammy. I tend to like to use the low setting. You know, for this, I think the chord setting makes it less harsh. I'm gonna record a drum beat here on track 1. Let's just go for it. All right, let's listen back to it. All right, that's a drum track. Let's move on to track 2, piano. Track 2, piano. I've never done this. I've got a little phone camera on the floor so you can see my little hand. A simple SM57 behind the piano, pointing at an angle, just trying to catch all the strings. Let's hear some sounds, because I think you'll appreciate where this is going. I played a little bit off camera. So let's start with, I don't know, like a second. Anytime you can slide chords, I'm a fan. Let's just, for fun, just hear a couple more. Shut up. Shut up. It's so good. All right. So let's just go for a take against those drums right now. I might come back to the piano for a melody part because it's just too cool. But for now, let's go over to track 3, bass. This is a bass. You've seen me use octave effects on the bass on this channel. I love a good bass octave. We're on the harmony side. I mean, it's automatically such a way to get a fat thing. Now, the whammy isn't like the Boss OC2 or the MXR. Those things add a little bit of grit, and it tracks lower. See, it's a low C, B, B flat. I mean, that's the lowest note on a standard piano, is this A. Picture a piano. It's fun to mess around with. Ah, this sounds so dumb. We're gonna track a bass line with that octave lower harmony signal. Dang, that's sick. All right, I have no idea what I'm gonna do on track 4, but I'm gonna put some kind of melody on it and we're gonna send it through the whammy. Here we go. Track 4. I don't know. Okay, I couldn't help myself. This is a glass marimba. Studio partner Eric Hogemeyer just got this. This is what we're gonna put on track 4. I'm holding this mic. And I'm just experimenting with sounds. Here's the natural sound of the marimba. Let's try to track something with this and do it on track 4. It's such a pure tone. You know, this is just the whammy. Like, you know, you can get weirder with other effects. I use the whammy all the time in mixing. So should I do a quick little mix with the whammy pedal? Mixing. So far, everything you've heard today is just an instrument and just the whammy, and that is it. And normally, that's how I would treat the mixing as well, as I've done in the past. I'm going to make a slight exception here. The way I like to use the whammy in a mix is a type of a shimmer effect, and so I need to put in a compressor on the chain, the DBX163X, and that's just gonna stop it from running away from me. Let's hear quickly what I'm talking about. Hear that? That's just tape hiss feeding back. Let's just hear it in context. Let's just go for a mix. The Digitech Whammy, one of my favorite pedals of all time, getting creative and thinking outside the box and getting beyond what these pedals were initially designed for. You guys are awesome. With that, as always, is peace and be good to each other. Yeah. Guitarists don't get to have all the fun.